overtime, so he is currently not here today.
But it's okay.
I like the background. First off, I'm just looking at that right now.
Which
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Brendan's?
No,
No, the
behind our
Twitch,
cameras.
man.
Oh. Well, yeah.
I was
And
like,
then had to wear the red, white, and blue today.
I'll say, come on now. I had to
I
show
should have
up.
worn my.
So-
hold on.
So
Wait,
get
I'm gonna
this.
get up. I'm gonna switch hats. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Everyone that's gonna listen to this, you're gonna be like, "What the hell?" Hold on. Where is it?
Found it.
There we go. Yep, got the right hat. Here we go, boys.
Love the vacuum.
Hell yeah!
There it is.
Love the
It
vacuum
may
back
be
there.
it might be the World Baseball Classic hat, but it still works.
It's
It
still a
still
baseball
works,
hat.
baby.
It still works.
So
It's still a baseball hat. Hell yeah!
I went to go look at like Fanatics and stuff because like I want to get a Team USA jersey.
Yeah.
I guess all the men's are sold out.
Gee, why is it popular or something?
That's kind of shocking. Who would have
We'll
thought?
get into the stats later.
Yeah, it's pretty wicked because it's literally they only had female sizes and female cut, which no hate at all. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I can't fit a female cut, so I did not get
Yeah,
one.
you are very tall.
Yeah, quite big, quite big.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, want to get into this
I
NBA
was
All-Star
saying-
stuff?
yes.
I was gonna say we want to start
God
the All-Star
bless.
game, boys.
So-
Yeah. All right. Go ahead,
NBA
Brian. You can go.
All-Star.
I'll just
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. You please
So-
go.
My opinion or my whole take is I feel like the All-Star game's a waste of time and money. But I feel like I have figured out a way they could fix it.
Oh,
So
go on. Tell us.
get rid of all the BS crap that they do. Because Brendan, what was the stats? How much? Like there was how many entertainment things compared to the game?
It was like
What was that the other day?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I want to say it was like 4 or 5 different performances. I want to say like the total, if I remember correctly, Jordan told me the stat, and I wish he was here for it because he would remember. There was, I want to say he said there was like a total of 38 minutes of basketball played.
Yes.
Yeah, versus performances and
So-
just everything going on that weekend.
Here's my thought process. One, we get rid of that dumb skills competition because that was just pointless. Now
Yep.
we
go on.
we could keep the dunk contest, but things just have to change with that. If they don't change, then get rid of it too. 3-point
Mac for the 3-peat, baby.
3-point, keep it, whatever. Now when it comes to the game,
Mhm.
here's what they need to do. So clearly, everyone they're not playing like they used to.
Nope.
So what
Don't
we
care.
need, so what we need to do for people to actually care and whatnot, let's do it. Best man off of each team comes. We do a 1v1 tournament.
Okay.
That to 25 or whatever the number might be. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
The winner of this 1v1 tournament will get $1 million. Then the winning team of that player gets an extra like 35 mil in cap space.
Ooh. 35 mils. I mean,
I would
35
say-
mil is a big number.
Definitely not 35 mil. That is
Big
egregious. But I could see the vision. I definitely can.
Yeah.
I like the incentive thought because there definitely needs to be an incentive to
Yes.
make these guys want to play the game and not just kind of essentially make it a mockery. Because let's be honest, the skills competition was a massive mockery because Wembanyama and Chris Paul just completely said, "Fuck it, we do what we want."
Yeah.
So that was just from the rip, just bad. Then you have the All-Star game itself, which was just bad. So it's like
We got to get rid of the guys who are just throwing up haymakers from half court. Like I get it, the boys can make them nowadays, but like let's play a little bit of defense.
Well, here's the problem though. The All-Star game is indicative to the NBA regular season with the lack of defense.
Yeah.
yes,
Like my idea, I mean, Brian came up with a good one. My idea was this. Remember when the MLB made it All-Star game winner gets home field?
Yes.
yes.
Why not do that for the NBA? The players actually tried in the MLB All-Star when all of a sudden home field for the World Series is on the line.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
why not?
I mean, that's a fantastic.
I'm also off the
even if you do the 1v1 and like the winner gets money and the team gets a little extra cap space, and then also throw in like home court advantage.
Yeah, oh God, I just had the thought and I lost it. Oh, the having the players pick teams. We're not in high school. Stop doing this.
That was ridiculous.
Just stop because it's always the same players on the same team.
If you're gonna do that where you're playing against each other, East versus West, not
old school.
Let's not pick and cherry pick on who we want on our team just because we're buddies.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do like how they dwindled it down to like for the first to what is it 40 or whatever, like they do it in style tournament. Like, okay, that's not terrible because I don't want to see 200 to 185.
Yeah,
because like you said, they're just chucking threes and cool, like Shaq.
I would say they're getting free alley oops for the show. It's
Jordan's not here, but I did stats. Huh? Just so I didn't sound like a complete idiot talking about this. I'll say this. I personally have not watched an NBA All-Star Weekend. I think like sat down and actually watched it. The game, God, the first year they did the year they did the tribute to Kobe, that was when I actually just watched the tribute. I didn't even watch the game. Didn't even watch it.
That's fair.
I think I have not watched an All-Star Weekend since I was like 18, and I'm in my mid-30s now. It just doesn't.
I could probably say the same thing.
Yeah, it doesn't appeal. Like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, you're dunking over cars. Yeah, okay, that's sick. Like, I'll see it on SportsCenter. I don't need to sit there for 3 hours and watch. Like,
in my opinion, they drag it out way too long.
Oh God, they do. Why do I need 3 hours of my Saturday night wasted on skills competition that can be done in an hour and a half?
100%.
Oh yeah, it could definitely be shortened for sure.
Call it commercial money, people. Anyway, this year's NBA All-Star festivities averaged 4.7 million viewers. Like we're on doing shorts and stuff. 4.7 million average this year was down 13% from last year. And this year was the second least watch, just ahead of 2023's game in Salt Lake City. The last three have all averaged under 6 million views. And do you want to guess what year the highest rated All-Star game was with an average of 13.1 million views?
I'm just going to throw out a year of 2008.
I'm going to say it was the year that MJ and Kobe played against each other. What year was that? Early 2000s?
Well, you are in the ballpark there, Brian. 2002 was so that is the highest average rated. That might be the MJ Kobe. Someone's gonna have to check me on that. Look that up because
I remember that game went into like triple overtime.
Yeah. It
and it ended up being Kobe's team ended up winning.
Okay, yes, it was West won 135 to 120, and that was in fact the Jordan and Kobe. Okay. Jordan was on the Wizards and Kobe was on the Lakers.
Jordan on the Wizards, Jesus.
I remember my father took me to a Wizards game when he played on the Wizards.
Oh, jealous.
That was.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm looking at the lineup to this game, and I can completely understand why this was the most watched NBA All-Star game because just top to bottom. Okay, for the West: Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Chris Webber, Steve Francis. Reserves: Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, Gary Payton, Elton Brand, Peja Stojakovic, and Wally Szczerbiak. Szczerbiak, thank you. Yes. East, Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, Dikembe Mutombo, Jason Kidd, Antoine Walker. Reserves, Ray Allen, Tracy McGrady, Paul Pierce, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Jermaine O'Neal, Alonzo Mourning, and Baron Davis.
And we go back, for the love of God, to draft to just naming teams like this. Stop with the damn friends drafting friends. Stop it.
I miss watching those guys play. Because I remember,
And
I remember for the longest time I didn't watch the NBA.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
I
No-
still don't.
no
We've had
hate-
this conversation of
No,
why I don't watch
no,
the NBA.
no hate to them. It's just
It's just
I
the
don't-
product isn't there. I mean, Draymond Green even said the product's not there, and he plays.
Yeah.
1000%.
When you have an
players-
active player saying
Yes.
it, you know it's bad.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
God! It's just, what are we doing? Again, I like the ideas. Money incentive. We do the home court, and that's what I think. Let the fans vote who's on the teams.
Yep.
Whoever
Yes.
wins, give that
Division.
conference,
We'll
division,
say
All right, conference. Yeah, I guess.
conference, whatever the hell it's called. Give them home court for the NBA Finals.
Yep.
I mean, it kind of throws out the regular season, but I don't care. Nobody watches the regular season anyway.
exactly.
True.
And yeah, do that,
Because it's kind of like
and maybe you'll get 5 million views.
the viewers don't really. The viewers,
I mean,
like,
if that.
to be fair, viewers don't really care about the regular season.
No, they don't.
Not really. Like LeBron doesn't either. Because like if you listen to what he said, because 40 minutes before the game started, he announced he's not playing.
I saw that.
Which a
Like,
lot
what
of
the hell?
people are mad about because they're like someone else could have took that jersey spot. But I mean,
100%.
I get it. He
We won't
trying
get
to
into
make
the topic
sure
of
he's
LeBron.
trying to make sure his ankle's okay because they want to make a run for the playoffs. I get it.
Well,
But
if you're worried about your ankle, don't even just take yourself out. Beginning of the weekend.
Yeah.
I agree because
No.
like you could still show up,
Yes.
but like
Mhm.
that's definitely that was a spot that someone else could have potentially
Yeah.
taken and had
I don't.
their all-star chance. But it is what it is. Oh well.
So, listen, I'm a Bulls fan, so whatever. I don't have a dog in this fight. Trae Young never voted an All-Star. I mean, what? What? He is the Atlanta Hawks.
I mean, yes, he quite literally for the past 4 or 5 years
This
he
man
has
is not
been the Hawks.
the only time he makes an All-Star. Someone's gonna have to check me on this. The only time he makes an All-Star team is when he's an injury replacement.
Yeah.
I don't.
I want to say yeah, you were correct.
I mean, I don't think he's been in the league what 4 or 5 years. How long has he been in the league?
Yeah, let's see.
Because I don't think he's been ever voted as an All-Star. Which, God willing, what are we doing? You know what? I take this back. Do
Wasting
fans
talent.
vote?
2018, yes.
I'm
So
not
2018 was his first year.
Yeah, this is rookie year.
I'm not really
Has
sure
he
if
ever
fans
been
vote.
voted? Has he ever been voted an All-Star starter?
Let's see.
Because if fans are voting, I take back what I said. They're not allowed to vote.
Don't-
It's
I don't think fans vote.
well, then they should. Because my God, what are we
Yes, Trae Young he has represented the Atlanta Hawks 4 times in the
But-
All-Star game.
represented and
I
starting?
don't know. I'll say it just says representing, so not starting.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well,
Interesting.
maybe fans need to vote.
I agree.
Maybe change that.
I
to
agree.
All-Star.
I mean, they let fans vote for everything else.
Well, I'm saying if
Might
you
as
think
well.
about it, you get the fans to vote. Bing, bang, boom. They're gonna want to watch their boys.
Oh yeah.
I'm not surprised that people don't tune in because they're like, well, my guy should be on the team. He's not there. We got LeBron for the 18th millionth time.
Hey man, as a resident Wizards fan, I'm really pissed Jordan Poole wasn't there. Okay, like come on now.
I think the Bulls had one guy. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't care enough to like. I tried watching it. I did,
Well,
but it was. There's nothing to watch. That's like you're not watching sports at that point. You're literally just watching performances. Which,
Yeah.
if I wanted to go to a concert, then I would just go to a concert.
and it doesn't help.
I agree.
Poor NBA this weekend. Saturday night skills competition went against U.S., Canada, and the 4 nations.
Okay.
And then
There's-
Sunday, because Mother Nature wanted to play, it went against the 500.
Yeah.
So,
It's-
like with the 4 nations, I could tell you right now, I had that on instead.
oh God,
and-
yeah.
The first 30
9
seconds.
Not
30
even
seconds. The
Nine.
first
9.
I say the first 9 seconds.
It honestly, no sporting event has beaten that so far this year.
Oh
Even
my
the Super
God.
Bowl. Like,
It
yes,
was
the Super
great.
belt to ass was the Super Bowl, but God,
This was old
Yeah.
fashioned. Who? There was that clip that surfaced on online. I didn't listen to it, but it was the. I think we posted it on the show's Twitter page. The, you want to go? Let's go. Like the players
Yeah.
talking to each other.
oh yeah, like right
Yes.
before the puck, you're like, you want to go? Puck
Let's go.
drops, gloves down.
Oh,
That's why I love
God,
hockey.
it was fantastic. That, and that's part of the reason why U.S. Canada averaged 10.1 million viewers on Saturday.
Tonight, they're definitely gonna be pulling in some numbers.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean,
and I was telling Brian this before you were in the voice chat there, Brendan. You want to know what the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs averaged?
24. I'm gonna
Last
say
year.
they probably averaged 7.8.
You would be very high.
Oh wow! Oh god!
1.54 million was the entirety of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The playoffs that crowned the champion. They averaged
Oh,
1.5. What the hell?
Okay, that's perspective. That's 8.5 million difference between
Yes,
an All-Star
that's a
game
lot
and
of people.
and crowning a champion.
Yes. Well,
And-
and so the All-Star games, they're only averaging 4.7 million this year, and last year did 5.4. So my question is the Four Nations expanded to 6 nations and they do it every year instead of the NHL
So
All-Star?
technically, the Four Nations is the All-Star for
Oh, is
NHL
it?
now.
Oh, good, because I
So
quite like this
the
over that.
NHL listened to everybody essentially, and that's why we are sitting at with the Four Nations now.
Good.
So beautiful, if you ask me. I think if you want to add it to a Six Nations, I think that would be pretty. That would be a good. It might be a good idea. It'll
So who the
definitely.
other? Go on. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud.
The other two. Hmm.
Well, here's the thing: is just like you got to think of it from this perspective. Like, yes, the All-Star game for the NHL, it was always fan voted. It was the best of the best, the whole nine. This is just yes, it's still technically the All-Star game, but it means more because you're getting entire countries involved
Yeah.
at this point. Like it's
like
it's more than just a single team.
like,
It's a whole
the
it's a
boys
whole
have
nation.
their nation on their chests.
Exactly. Like it means more to them. Some of these guys,
And-
it will mean more to them than winning a Stanley
And
Cup.
some of them, like, I hate to say it, some of them will not see the Olympics. But
Valid.
this honestly is better than the Olympics hockey.
Yeah.
Very
'Cause-
true.
One, because I mean it's what was I saying? Yes, I just agree with that. Yes. I think okay. I think the casual fan is more apt to tune into this
Yes.
100%.
than an Olympic game.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
no, I was gonna say. Because in the Olympics, you're not guaranteed this kind of roster.
Exactly. You'll get some NHL players, but then you're gonna get a sprinkle of like the conferences over there in whatever country, and like where this is all NHL guys.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic.
I say these are more of household names
Yeah.
that a lot of people,
Yeah.
even if you don't watch hockey, you might be like, oh, I've heard of Connor McDavid, I've heard of Austin Matthews, I've heard of, it's
I've heard of Sidney Crosby.
yeah, I've heard of it's
Austin
just
Matthews. What the hell is that peta stash haircut thing he has going on? Because my God,
it is a bold fashion statement. I will say that.
he
Okay.
looks like he drinks a case of Molson Canadian every night after a game.
Hey, with how his career in Toronto is going, would you blame
I
him?
was gonna say because he's a Blue Jay or the Blue Jay. Jesus, I'm thinking baseball.
Oh
What-
man,
yeah,
well, I'll say we can touch on that. We can touch on
We'll get that
later. Yeah, Maple Leaf. There you go. I'll say.
Oh, can
Was
we
it gonna
talk
come to you
about,
ever?
God, can we talk about just the bad luck they get in the playoffs real quick? Holy Jesus.
Do I feel bad for him? No.
Oh.
No.
Again, I'm a Ducks fan, so I'm not sniffing the playoffs in the next 5 years, so I'm okay.
There's always hope, you
Say,
know?
hopefully the Caps are playing well enough this year. They kind of remind me of the Stanley Cup team. Hopefully, with this break and Ovechkin hitting his goal and breaking the record, can catapult them to another Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I agree. I just think if Ovechkin can cap off this legendary feat and we can cap off a legendary season with on top of that, that would just be probably one of the greatest moments in like sports.
Say, I know
Um,
one thing. I'm going to DC for the parade.
100%.
Ooh.
If it happens, oh, we got to
What's happening?
we had a breakaway, but we fucked it.
We'll freaking live stream that thing.
Balls.
All right, sorry guys, I'm distracted.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
No, I'll say,
I know
Four
we're supposed
Nations.
to do Four Nations, but I'm also looking up NHL standings right now.
No, you're
No,
good.
so there. Have you guys seen that there's a lot of Canadian fans that are essentially mad with the U.S. roster?
Why?
Because a few of the guys that are on the team, I don't remember exactly who, their fathers were Canadian players for like the national team, played in the NHL,
Yeah.
realized I got a green card.
Mhm.
I love it down here.
So let's hope
They
States.
move and they live in the States. They go to like Arizona, they go to like Michigan
place.
or whatever, and they settle in there, and then they have their kids, and their kids grow up here in the States, and they're playing for the United States. Like,
Well, then that's not. I mean,
like I get it. Your lineage comes from Canada, but I'm
yeah, but if
sorry.
you're born and play in the
Well,
States.
I mean, you can make the argument. Well, the Olympics, you can play for whatever country you want as long as you have
That
DNA
splash
to
in it,
play
yeah.
there. Exactly. So it's like you can argue it, but hey, one of the biggest sporting events, I guess you can call it, that happens. You can play for whatever the hell you want.
Yeah,
Same
sure.
reason Joel Embiid can play for 15 countries if he wanted to.
And France hates him for it.
So it's like one of those things.
Well, first off, he actually has to play instead of sitting out every fifth game or every 4 out of 5 or whatever the fuck.
Hey, we're resting, okay? Come on.
Oh,
now.
sorry. Yeah, for that playoff push by the Sixers.
Exactly. Come on. Got to get it going here.
They all apparently are resting a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I know we're gonna go back to the NBA here. Can we stop that?
The
I mean, I would love to.
The resting thing.
I would love to.
Who was it? Was it Charles Barkley? Like, you're getting paid to play basketball, a game that you love. You're getting paid. It's 82 games, whatever. Stop with this. Let's lessen the schedule. I mean, does it really matter if they lessen the schedule? No one's watching anyway.
Yeah.
And saying, hey, let's let them rest every other day. Like, you're getting paid to play a sport.
Yeah.
Play it.
And my whole thing, like I've said before, it comes down to like remembering when I was a kid going to watch sporting events. I went because I wanted to see certain players play.
Yeah.
I was a fan of those players. And nowadays you can be a little kid wanting to go see, we'll just say LeBron, and it's not a guarantee he'll play one night. He might sit for 2 and play another night, and the only night you're able to get tickets for, he's sitting the bench.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not trying to, sit here and call out an entire league, but the NBA is just built with a bunch of softies.
Yeah.
Let's sit here and talk about it. Hockey players will sit here and fight each other, take the most brutal hits, and play on broken legs, broken hips through playoffs and the whole nine, because they understand it means more to them and the team than a contract in the future. Okay, football players, granted, you play one game a week, you get 5-6 days rest, whatever. But I'll say the hits they're taking every Sunday, Monday, or Thursday is brutal. Okay,
Sometimes
it's
Saturdays,
like,
please. Don't forget the Saturdays.
oh, you're right. You have the Saturdays now. You have Saturdays
Saturdays.
for the boys. So it's like, I mean, baseball. You don't take hits or anything, but you have pitchers that can throw 100 miles an hour, go on 4 days of rest, come back out and throw 100 miles an hour again.
Yeah.
These guys are built different this day and age. Athletes are 10 times better than they were back in the day. Everyone can see that. And that's not a knock to athletes back in the day, because there are some great athletes back in the day. I'm just saying, genetically, humans are 10 times better. So that being said, these basketball players need to just suck it up and play the game. Like, I get it. It's hard on the knees, ankles, running up and down the court, jumping up and down. I get it. I played basketball. I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, it's not a grueling sport, but you can man up. There's only 82 games in a season plus playoffs. You can play. You just stop sitting out. Stop ruining it for your fans, ruining it for your team because you want to be a baby. Like, let's just be real here.
Agreed.
But I think the NBA. I'm thinking about it. Like, I think it draws better in person anyway. It's kind of like hockey,
Yes.
where on TV you watch, you're like, this is cool, but then you go in person, you're like, wow, this is freaking sweet.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's one of those sports that you have to see it in person.
100%. And if you go, make sure you wear a hoodie because it is cold.
It is. When we were out in Arizona before we moved back east, we actually check off the bucket list. We went to an NBA playoff game between the Suns and the Clippers.
I was.
Oh my God, was it so awesome!
I
It was so
had to-
loud in that place.
I had to
And
be
the
electric.
funny thing was, it was like a last minute thing too.
Okay.
Like we were sitting there, and brother and sister-in-law were coming into town, and it was actually my birthday weekend. And we're like, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, I mean, the Suns and Clippers are playing in the first round. I'm like, I'm all about the let's, if it's not outrageous.
Yeah.
Like the Four Nations tonight, nosebleed in the upper 400s at the Gardens, like $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Exactly.
But we looked and like.
Well, it's also like the Super Bowl.
Well, true.
$8 grand for like a nosebleed, like.
Oh no, I said it earlier. The Super Bowl is not for the fans anymore. It is for billionaires, millionaires, celebrities. It is just a big social gathering event, so everyone can stroke each other off and just look good for cameras. Okay, that is all it is. And I fucking hate that because I would love to go see my team in the Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be one of the. I could die the following day, but if I could see my team, I would be happy with life. Okay. That said, I've been to 2 Super Bowls, didn't go to either, lost both times. Woohoo! Shout out us. But
well, then you need to go to the next one and you win.
I mean, that would maybe, but that said, what year will we be there next? Okay, say we're there in 3 years. What are ticket prices going to be then? Nosebleeds 20 grand. I'm going to have to sell my car and take out a loan just to go to the Super Bowl. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Also, to sit in an obstructive view seat.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
there was one in the Superdome that it was like up against the cement.
Oh, like
pillar.
the cement pillar, and then like you couldn't see the end zone.
Well, you could see you couldn't see all of the end zone, but you could see the end zone. My favorite was it was a single seat and no one could sit to my left or my right.
I mean,
the introvert in me would be like, I would love that. I don't need to see the end zone. There is nobody to my right or left. I can just lounge.
That would be pretty fantastic. Like, imagine just sitting up there with like your shaboing boing, as Brendan will call it, a nice cold
shaboing boing
hot dog.
A hot dog, man.
What do you call a hot dog?
Boing. Hot dude.
A nice cold.
You gotta.
We're gonna talk about that in a little bit. Boing boing. All right.
An ice cold bev, like
okay.
Nacho
have a nice Michelob Ultra with the shaboing boing. Come on,
are you
boys.
a Mick Ultra guy?
Honestly, give me anything. As long as it's not Keystone Light.
I have a former coworker that swears by Mick Ultras, and I just want to punch him.
I can do Bud Miller. I can do Ultra. I'm not a picky man.
Bud Miller, okay.
Or Miller has Coors. Anything,
Brendan's not an IPA guy.
No,
Corona.
See, correct. We finally agree on Corona.
I have very bad
Hey.
IPA experience, and I will never touch them ever again in my life. Shout out Nuclear Smile 15% IPA. You're the worst.
So in college, we're going off the rails here, but it's okay. We'll get back on.
So we'll pick on sports in a second.
We have fun here. Welcome into all the new people. In college, I was Shaboy. We really have to cover that. So in college, I was strictly like mixed drink, rum, whiskey.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Jack and Coke.
Mom, if you're still listening, sorry.
Rum punch, can't do that anymore. God.
So,
Jungle,
was it jungle fruit? Jungle fruit?
Jungle juice?
Jungle juice.
Jungle juice, yeah.
Anyway, jungle fruit. There was fruit in it. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It was good.
There's everything in there.
So I was strictly like mixed drinks, and the communications department, one guy, good guy, Pete Taft, shout out. He would just mercilessly beat me. Come on, you got to drink a beer. Got to do this. Got. I'm like, no. So finally, we're up there for Thanksgiving, covering the hockey tournament up at Plattsburgh, which great time. And we go to the local bar with with our head of our department because he was up there working with us. And Taft goes, "Come on, you gotta try this beer." Fine. If it gets you off my back, fine. It was a Guinness.
Never had one.
It was my very heavy, very dark.
It's not
really.
Can you get it to the G?
It's also not what you want to introduce someone that hasn't had beer. That was my first taste of beer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I sip it, but it was really the head on the beer was very frothy.
Ooh.
It was a lot of froth. So I sip it, I get a taste of it, very minuscule taste, but I'm like, oh Christ. But to the average eye, they look at it and I just tasted the foam. I'm like, no, I tasted the beer. And they're like, no, you drank the foam. So the running joke still to this day is like, oh, how's that foam of the Guinness? I'm like, off.
Guinness, I went on a run where I was like, I'm gonna just try drinking Guinness, and it just, I don't know.
No, Guinness is not. I don't know how people do car bombs with Guinness. Oh, we gotta chug it. Anyway, what were we talking about? Shaboing boings? No,
U.S. just scored.
U.S. did just score, boys. U.S. just scored 1-1.
You won't hear my hype over, but I hit my hype button on my stream deck.
Pat McAfee just shared America.
I did on Twitter for that U.S. Canada.
Hey, there you go, boys. Jordan Sinclair is now blowing my phone up with USA chants.
When they had those 3 fights in the first 9 seconds, I put on Twitter. I'm like, at Pat McAfee, it's fight night. Sheamus, WWE. Anyway, moving on.
I say, do you want to move on? We can continue NHL, or we can go on to MLB talk that we had.
Oh, we did MLB.
Say MLB talk. So this just go on down. Each week, probably going to pick a division, go through their off season, what they did,
a lot of divisions.
Give our predictions. Yeah, we got a lot of predictions to go.
We might have to do. We might have to do 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say when Jordan's here next week, we might start with 2 and 2 and go from there. So that way we can get done before the season. But we're gonna start with the AL East because everyone in this call is a fan of somebody in the AL East. So go Yankees. Let's talk about it, boys. And I guess let's start off with the one that made the least amount of moves, the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, but you want to know what? They're going to somehow still be the 3rd best team in that division. I don't know how. I really don't know how.
As crazy as the 4 moves they made, I'm a big fan of.
What did they even... I looked this up and I didn't even see any of the moves.
Danny Jensen. They got Eloy Jimenez.
All right.
Ha-Seung Kim. And Alex Fado.
Who?
Well, that one was a relief pitcher from the Tigers. That one, yeah, exactly. But more so the other 3 is the more notables that I have more. Danny Jensen. Yeah, say Danny Jensen. Good one. Good solid catcher for him.
He was a catcher for the Red
Sox. Good DH out of Eloy. He's going to give you some home runs. He's going to give you some runs, so that's solid. And then Kim, if healthy, he's very solid infielder.
Okay. Yeah, they are. I, is the Kevin Cash thing to why they're always sneaky good?
Maybe. Honestly, you got to give him his credit. I mean, in the AL East, they are the team with the lowest payroll. Everyone knows that, and they always somehow make good teams.
I don't know. I thought they would be gone like once Joe Madden left, and I'm like, yes, we can get rid of the Rays. They annoyed me. Boy, was I wrong.
Yes.
Well, and then the Red Sox tried to let's be the Tampa Bay Rays of Boston. No, Chime Bloom. No, the Boston Red Sox, you idiot. Anyway,
The Red Sox.
I'll say Red Sox. I mean,
fine. We'll go.
What do we? I'll say. What do we think of their finish? We thinking you said it. You said third. You think they'll finish third, or you think this could be the year they? Yeah, the Rays. Do you think they slip, or do you think they are that pesky team again this year?
Like on paper, they should finish fourth because of our three teams.
I just hope we make it past the wild card round.
Well, something tells me. Listen, something tells me that if the AL East goes as the AL East should go, two of those three teams are facing each other in the wild card round.
Yep.
Now the question is who?
That would be the Orioles and Red Sox, boys.
Okay. Hey, at least you re-signed Aaron Boone to a 2-year deal today.
Okay, we don't have to talk about that, okay?
Oh, no, but we're previewing the AL East, so we do.
Okay, well, how about this? Before we go to our teams, you say Rays fourth. I like it. Now, move on to Blue Jays. Way more notable moves. They got somebody from your Orioles, Brian. They signed Santander.
Yep.
5-year deal. That's a great signing. Honestly, wish the Yankees would have went out and got him. Not gonna lie. Hoffman, again, wish the Yankees went out and got him, but instead we got Williams, so I'll take it. Hoffman, dog. He started his career a little rough, we can be honest with ourselves, but he has turned himself into an absolute animal. Yimi Garcia, solid utility man out of the bullpen. And you got Max Scherzer as well. Like that, yes, I get it. He's 42, 43, something like that. But he is an animal, and he brings countless knowledge, countless presence to a bullpen that you can't overlook it. Andreas 40, okay. Andreas Jimenez with the trade with Guardians where they got Nick Sandlin as well. Great trade. Again, honestly, I'm going to say it. Blue Jays are going to have one of the best bullpens in the MLB next year. I firmly believe that. And adding Jimenez to that infield is a very solid move, and adding Santander to that outfield is a very solid move. That said, I could easily see this team making a lot of noise.
Do you think Santander could stay healthy, though? Because he had a lot of issues with the O's.
Yes, I do. Throughout the whole 5-year deal, I don't know if every year he stays healthy, but I think in the first year or two, I think he gives the Blue Jays really good baseball.
Are there option years in that 5-year contract? Does anybody know?
I want to say
everyone's doing options, so they have to be. Any money deferred?
It is. It includes an opt-out with an escalated option provision that could bring the deal to a 6-year, $110 million.
Okay. Nothing deferred. The Blue Jays are one of the few teams that don't defer any money. Pay me all the money.
Pretty much, yes. Okay. There's no deferred.
Oh, God. We'll get to the Dodgers later down the road. God bless.
Yeah, that's going to be a whole topic of discussion.
Well, that might just not be a show. We might just. There was the Dodgers.
I say in talks of like Santander leaving the Orioles, I am pretty happy with us signing O'Neill.
Yes.
In his replacement. If he can stay healthy, he's definitely going to be a massive upgrade for our defense.
Tyler O'Neill. God bless him. Former Red Sox great. I understand it was 1 year, but my God.
Hopefully he can Crank some homers to the warehouse as well.
Well, I mean, you're bringing in the left field fence again, aren't you?
I believe so.
I think they're bringing it in again. I knew they were making changes. Dude, I keep saying it. You guys,
from a hitter's park to a pitcher's, a pitcher's park to a hitter's park because the home team couldn't get the ball out of the yard.
Yeah, exactly.
They
Shout
did
out Chris Davis.
We did go a long time without doing that.
Then you guys signed one of my favorite catchers of all time, Gary Sanchez. He's obviously a utility man, but fucking love Gary Sanchez.
Charlie Morton's a good sign.
I'd say Charlie Morton for the bullpen,
deal.
yeah. Or starter even.
Starter. Well, I mean, they got to replace Corbin, who went up in the desert.
Corbin. Which, again, we can hit on that another time. That was a major loss that I'm surprised the Orioles let him walk. Not even going to lie to you.
We do a lot of things that don't make sense, and we just go with it.
You guys have a lot of one-year deals, I'm noticing. There's a lot of 1 years. Besides O'Neill, does O'Neill have an option for a fourth year after his 3, or is it just a 3?
I'm not. Let me look. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, it is a 3-year, which includes an opt-out clause after the first year.
There we go.
Damn, you guys suck after 1 year. He said, I'm out of here.
Are the Orioles becoming the again? We're going to bring in another team. We're talk about some other time, but the Pittsburgh Pirates 1 year deal after 1 year deal after 1 year deal.
That team's just there's something special. Paul Skeen needs to go somewhere else.
Unless the Orioles are just saving their money for all these young stars they have, which would make sense. But I mean, the MLB doesn't have a salary cap, so realistically, they can just spend the money.
The Dodgers might see to it that they have.
I really hope they do, honestly, because
do you think the
Orioles touch on that later? But Jesus.
Yeah, another time. I mean, the big news. I mean, going back to the Blue Jays, we're talking about big news that could potentially be a distraction. Completely forgot this. How do you not resign Vlad? How do you not get to come to terms with Vladdy? What are you doing? I mean, hey, Red Sox fan here. I'm not mad about it. I mean, I saw on Twitter the other day some Red Sox fans saying, if I'm the Red Sox, I call the Blue Jays and see what Vladdy wants to do if he would ever re-up with the Red Sox. If that's the case, ship Casas for Vladdy now. I mean, that would never happen, but we'll get to it. How do you not?
There's gonna be a lot of passion when it comes to baseball, which is a beautiful thing because it's a passionate game.
It's very passionate. There's no crying in baseball, though. Someone said.
A wise man once said.
You better remember that there is no crying in baseball.
Well, how old is Vlad Guerrero? He's
23. Keep my voice like this. Oh God. Vlad Guerrero Jr. Age.
Not senior. Junior.
25. He's 25.
Okay, so there we go.
I typed enter in on Vlad Guerrero Jr. age and it popped up 50. I'm like, no, that's his dad.
I know.
The Blue Jays have one of the best first basemen that is 25 years old that they could have easily signed to, let's just say, an 8-year deal. 8 years. Let's just say 350, 400 million.
Sounds like another team that had a mid-20s superstar in right field that they could have signed to a certain long-term deal.
Very glad we didn't, though. Gotta be honest, that is one of the worst contracts.
Oh,
okay. I thought you were talking about Soto.
But the Nationals.
Because technically Soto's like only 23 right now.
The Nationals are something else.
God.
I mean, they had Harper as well.
They did have Harper.
They had Harper and Soto.
It's that little beltway between the Pirates, the Orioles, and the Nationals when it comes to contracts. What are you doing?
It's like I said.
Hey, again, shout out Chris Davis.
Oh, God. Post-steroid use or pre?
Both.
All of the above.
No. You remember when oh God, what was the?
Oh yeah, there you go. Spain trade. They also had Trey Turner. Don't forget.
Oh, forgot about Trey Turner.
I got the Chris Davis jersey in the closet.
What was his stat that he struck out how many times?
Like 200 and something crazy like that.
You were
Honestly, I vividly remember tweeting. I want to say it was probably like 2 years before he ended up just hanging up the boots. I tweeted he was actually hitting the ball pretty well for like a week, and I tweeted, you know what? This is the year Chris Davis breaks the slump.
It was
Boy, was I fucking wrong. Yeah, he was hitting under 100 at one point.
I mean, he was Willie Mo Pena before Willie Mo Pena. Let's remember some guys. My God,
what a name!
When Chris Davis, Willie Mo Pena, who else? Fucking, I don't know. Name me a guy that when he connected with a ball, it went to freaking outer space, but when he didn't, it was always a strikeout.
Barry Bonds.
Josh Hamilton.
Oh, calm down on the Barry Bonds. He was still actually a pretty good contact hitter, even on the roids. All right.
Fair.
Fair. Who'd you say? Josh Hamilton? Yeah. Well, another steroid. Oh no, he wasn't. No, I'm sorry. He wasn't steroids. He was like
cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine.
He was a cocaine.
Dude was hitting under 100 at one point. How is that possible? Yeah, that's Chris Davis. I feel like I could hit 100. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not, because those pitches.
I will say.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's baseball career. I actually have a Michael Jordan White Sox jersey that I'm gonna wear next week for the boys. So
for the boys.
Stay tuned for that sexiness.
Ooh,
not me, the jersey, that is.
I will say, I do miss that old Orioles team though.
Steroids should be allowed. That would make sports so entertaining. Well, it depends on sport. Let's be real.
Baseball,
I do not. 100%. Baseball, yes.
Honestly,
but like, if you imagine boxers juiced up now.
No,
imagine
we might be.
Hey, curling.
We might be on something.
Curling, roided up. They need to make the thing bigger because they're chucking it.
Fun fact: there is around the corner from my house, not literally around the corner, but like up the road and around the corner, there is a curling club
just around the river bend.
Actually, you didn't join for a while.
Well, I have. Listen,
down here, pickleball.
Very busy.
Pickleball is the big thing. There is like 4 to 5 indoor pickleball facilities around here. I was like,
imagine pickleball on roids. Ooh. Oh my God, Jesus! I don't want that thing coming at me.
Hell no. Oh, Saquon on roids? Now that would be insane. He would have a 4,000-yard rushing year.
Hear me out.
No question.
Kelsey on roids, he might actually be a good tight end.
Well, listen, he'd have to catch the football still.
He might be quicker off the line. Mr. Geriatric over there kind of is like, Jesus. Everyone else is up, and 30 seconds later, he's like, "Oh, we don't snap the ball, you young whippersnappers." And
that's a great old man impression there.
That's how I imagine. That's how I imagine he is.
Oh Christ!
Back on the baseball top real quick. I'll go ahead. No, you're good. Go ahead. I'll go with the Yankees real quick.
Yeah, you do your boys there from the.
Yeah, Max Fried signed an 8-year deal. Love it. Devin Williams trade with the Brewers. Love it. Cody Bellinger from the Cubs. Love that as well. Paul Goldschmidt to 1 year. Love that. Brought back Laziga. Love it. Tim Hill brought him back as well. Just a lot of moves were made that I'm a fan of. Alex Jackson brought in for backup catcher here because we got rid of Trevino to what was it? The Reds, I think it was. I think it was Cincinnati.
Jose Trevino.
Yeah, because I think Alex Jackson was a part of it. Yeah, I think it was the Fernando Cruz deal. Yeah. So, I mean, Fernando Cruz from the Reds, if he can get his control underway, I mean, I would love it. So it's one of those things, a lot of moves were made that I'm a fan of. It just all comes down to, can they stay healthy? Is the biggest kicker, because let's be real with ourselves. Max Fried does have a history with injuries. Mm-hmm. Cody Bellinger sometimes can get the injury bug. Mm-hmm. Paul Goldschmidt is 44 years old and could easily get the injury bug. So let's not sit here and say we're going to go back to the World Series, because I'm a realist. Yes, we could, but it all depends on health.
It's a big butt on the health front. What's the average age of the Yankees roster right now? They 38?
Probably 36.
Yeah, that's old.
It's very old.
That's
okay.
old in baseball terms. I mean, goodness me. I just Goldie gonna be the first baseman?
Yes, because we let Rizzo walk. We cut Rizzo, so Goldie will be the first
Talk
baseman.
about an injury prone for injury prone.
Yes, say I would imagine third base for us will be Chisholm. Shortstop, Volpe. But actually, I don't know what we're doing.
Is your voice unsure about that shortstop move? Because
Yeah,
I don't know if
think
your
it
voice
is.
likes that either.
No, my voice is protesting that one because we let Glaber walk, which I was kind of upset about because I love Glaber. Definitely did it just by his
Labor
jersey
Day.
2 years ago, but it's fine.
No, see,
But I'm a fan. But like I said, it all just comes down to health.
Do you feel like you guys are gonna miss Juan Soto at all?
No. In the first few years, yes. He like the impact he had on like the fans in the stadium, the electricity he brought, yes. But that said, I'm a firm believer that once Juan Soto hits about like 33, 34, honestly maybe 32, he will just be a bona fide designated hitter. Because we can all be real, his defense isn't the best. He has his moments, but it's not the best, and he's not the fastest in the outfield either. So eventually, he will just get moved to DH, and it will be another Bobby Bonilla contract that the Mets will be paying out. But that is okay because it's the New York Mets.
Also, Judge moving back to right field.
Yes.
God, the cannon of an arm he has from right field is just
beautiful. I know. It's
just
awesome.
unfair. I mean, the Red Sox used to have that guy, but now he's a second baseman for the Dodgers.
Oh, what was his name again? Mookie something, right?
Did it rhyme with books?
Mookie
started with a B.
Brooks.
Mookie. Oh, Betts. That's
better
what
one
it
would have
was.
been. Did it rhyme with cookie? No, cookie, Mookie, Bookie, Bookie,
Kookie. It would have rhymed with Kookie.
I don't know. It's. I'm traumatized. All right.
The guy won like a World Series or something.
Yeah.
Okay, didn't deserve it. That team fucking fuck that team.
I agree.
What, the Red Sox team?
No, the fucking Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
Oh, the Dodgers. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, okay.
No, fuck that Dodgers.
So,
fuck all the Dodgers.
Speaking of Juan, did you see what he gave Brett Batty for the number 22 for the Mets?
Do you think Juan Soto was feeling 22 when he gifted him that?
Stop it right now. Go away. No, what did he give him?
So Juan gave him a brand new Chevy Tahoe for the number.
RST
Tahoe for the number.
So I asked Hollywood. I can't remember. Is that the most expensive number exchange?
Pull up.
I know what you're talking about. Soto did give somebody a Porsche, but I don't remember if it was for the number or if it was just like didn't he just give his interpreter one for being
Ohtani gave him one, right? Or it was a Dodger.
I don't know. Can we just talk about what it's like to have money? Jesus.
Hey, I want your number. It's gonna cost you. All right, hold on. 2 days later, I bought you a Tahoe.
So the question is, did Soto go out and say, "I'll get you a Chevy Tahoe," or did Brett just be like, "You want the number? Get me a fucking car."
Here's the thing: is Soto was already in uniform and had the 22 on already. So I think they might have had a pre-conversation, but I don't think Soto must have came out and said, "I'm going to get you a car." He might have said, "I'll get you a gift. Just give me a minute." He said, "You know what? Okay, let's see what
it's got to be worth. It's got to be worth X, Y, Z.
You imagine if he pulls up with the Chevy, what is it, Tahoe, you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
He pulls up with the Tahoe, and Brett's like, "The hell's this?" I want a fucking truck. We live in New York City. What the hell am I going to do with a truck?
I saw the video, and he's like, whoa. And he's
that's the reaction.
And then he looked at it, and he's like, "Can I look at it?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's yours." While he's standing there, like, geared up in Mets with the 22 on, and it's like... This guy really does not want this Tahoe.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I
But
have
that's
no
Tahoe in New
idea
York
why he has
City,
the whole uniform
Queens
on.
of all places. Why do you need a Tahoe in Queens?
A nice RST Tahoe in the
It's gonna
Queens.
He should have got him a Prius, if anything.
Unless,
Good
well,
on
no,
gas in the
I
city.
should say this. They don't live in Queens. They're over in like Hoboken and commuting in or something like that. I mean, like Trenton, New Jersey. First off, why you live in Jersey anyway? Anyway, another conversation for another day. But I mean, these guys don't live in the city. Who was it?
No, definitely not.
Was it? It might have been Volpe of the Yankees. I saw a Facebook reel about a month ago of his apartment, like studio apartment or something. It's like a $2 million a month apartment.
I want to say Judge also lives in the
And-
city and has a massive apartment as well.
And it like overlooks, I think it's Central Park. It overlooks Central
It's
Park.
probably
But
Central Park.
I look at it and I'm watching the video. I'm like, this doesn't need to be $2 million. I mean, it's a nice place, but $2 million?
It's like Jalen Hurts. I appreciate what he does.
What's he do?
He doesn't live in a big fancy house.
Nice.
His
I like
rent
that.
is $2,000 a month,
I like that.
and he just lives a very modest lifestyle.
See, yeah, it's good.
And it's like, I respect that because you could go out and buy this big mansion, blow all your money, come retirement, you got nothing.
Well, I mean, that's the number one thing in athletes, though. Like, how many pro athletes have got big contracts, blown all their money, and now are working regular jobs or don't have money or are homeless because they blew it all when they were younger? I mean, it's countless athletes. So what Jalen Hurts is doing is not only smart, but he's just setting himself up for the future, setting up his family up. So like you said, I completely agree with what he's doing. It's great what he's doing. I think more people should take that landscape of what he does.
Life lesson, kids. Finish school.
Yes, definitely do that.
I mean,
Yeah.
PSA. Like, I'm gonna tell my kid when he grows up, like, oh, I want to be this. Okay, well, you gotta get your degree first.
Yeah.
Just
Sports will always be there. Get your degree first.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're lucky, sports will pay for you to get your degree.
Well, we want to teach him to be a place kicker.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that.
Yeah. I said that me and the missus agree. He can play football. And I go, oh, what about quarterback? No. Running back? No. She goes, what about a place kicker? I'm like, they make decent chunk of change.
They do.
They don't really get hit.
Could be the punter.
Fun fact: my brother was a punter in high school, which is really weird. He was never a sports kid growing up, and all of a sudden he goes, "I'm going to be the punter for my high school football team." I'm like, "What the hell is going on here?" But he had a leg on him.
I was defense, and then one day we're like, "We need someone to punt." I was like, "I'll have a go at it," and I did good.
60-yarder.
And I don't remember what it was,
70?
but
Come on.
I think the most he's ever done in a game was a 78-yarder, and I vividly remember it. It pinned the team on the 1 yard line, and it was versus Chopticon. I remember the school too.
And
very vividly.
I was on the sidelines because I was the water boy for his high school team.
Nice.
For all 4 years, I'll say all
him,
the players loved me.
Him and my younger cousin, because them two are the same age, and then I have another cousin who's 2 years younger than me, Brendan?
I think he's a year younger.
Probably. He played center and he was long snapper.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say I remember that one, but yeah, it was a fun time sitting on the sideline just squirting some water in people's mouth.
Anyway, Boston Red Sox.
I'll say yeah. Now let's go on to the Red Sox here.
We've covered this briefly, I think, the past 2 episodes. They finally had an off season that Red Sox fans, I think, can, not doing bias here, but I think they finally showed up in the off season. Kind of have to do that when you said you pay $600 million for Juan Soto, and then the fans go, "Oh right, you do have money that we thought you had." Signing in Walker, trading for Crochet. Say what you want about Aroldis Chapman. I think that's a good deal. The big one last week, Bregman, huge get. Then you have the drama that is. I don't think it's drama, really. I really don't think it's drama. Rafi Devers coming out this week saying, "I'm third base. Third base is my position. I will not DH. I will not move the first." So a lot of people are like, "Oh, just do it for the good of the team." Blah 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 blah. Listen, as I told people, the Red Sox finally did something good this offseason. Now we're going to start with drama because Rafi doesn't want to move off third base. I mean, give Bregman credit. This is why they brought Alex Bregman in. They asked Bregman. He goes, "I'll play wherever." Thank you. Yeah, I think, God, they got to be with the bullpen now, the starting rotation that they have with Giolito coming back. You still have Bayo. You still have Cutter Crawford. They're going to go with a 6-man rotation to start, I think, start the year with all their pieces. I wouldn't be surprised if they challenge for the division at least for a little bit. End up in a wild card. I think DraftKings has the over-under of 84.5 wins.
I would probably take the over on that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here's my $2 hairs.
Take that
because I'm not a
take that before it changes.
Honestly.
Let me open up DraftKings right now. Remember, kids, gamble responsibly.
Speaking of
If it's
betting
legal.
and stuff and back into the NBA, was it Wembanyama's out for the season potentially?
With a blood clot in his shoulder.
So I
out.
saw everyone's like, so
Oh,
all bets that were made for future things, is he going to be voided out or are we losing?
Good question.
Which, if FanDuel does what FanDuel does, they're not going to void him out.
Yeah, they're probably not going to.
Because here's my issue. I love FanDuel, but my issue with FanDuel is if a player starts the game and gets hurt, they don't void that person out. You lose. I feel like if a player starts the game but gets hurt early to midway in the game, void him out.
Well, yeah, because they're not finishing the game.
Yeah. So,
come on, DraftKings, open up for me.
It's like you want to, but you're not going to.
Oh, exactly.
We've taken precaution to get back.
Oh, excuse me.
Please reset your
game,
password.
It's trying to let you not be a degen, Jeff. That's what it's
like when
I've done one bet since signing up for DraftKings, and that was the 500 last weekend. Okay,
it's like trying to do a live bet on.
And who did you take in the 500?
We'll get to that in a second. Not there yet. We're still on baseball,
dude.
I can't wait to see here who you took. Was it the guy that eats corn the long way, maybe? Oh God, who knows?
Beat down. Wait until you hear what I told Brendan on Sunday.
Oh, I can't.
Oh,
Are we done with? Let's just move on to that.
So
MLB AL East rankings real quick. We're gonna say
the rankings.
Top three, in some order. Yankees, Red Sox, Orioles.
So
pretty confident with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
100% confident with that.
And then the Rays and the Jays fighting for the cellar, and here come the Rays.
Honestly, I think I think Jays get the 4 spot easy. I think Rays are definitely the 5 spot for sure.
Yes.
Okay. Someone write it down. As of February 20th.
Oh, it'll be a VOD. It's going to be a short. It's going to be everywhere.
Yeah. It will be
homers. You guys are homers. Come on, bro. Homers. Anyway. NASCAR.
Hey, 500.
William Byron. Okay, here's my take on William Byron. I feel like he can only win a race if there's a big caution at the end.
I mean, 2 years in a row.
Look at every race he won last year. In leading up to that, what happened? A caution.
What did he do last year? I'm already on to this year. I forget last year. Byron, 2024 results. Oh, that's I said William.
Can we talk about Ricky Stenhouse Jr. really quick,
Ricky
please?
Stenhouse
You mean Recky?
Yes.
Yes,
because
Ricky Stenhouse
this man that calls that wreck. First off, I can slightly...
real quick, he got Sonny D some good press this weekend, I'll tell you that.
Did we just say Sonny D underrated OJ? Just saying.
No, God, it's so gross, but that's my point.
Fine. You're wrong, Sheboygan, or whatever the fuck you call a hot dog.
Shaboing boy.
Shaboing boy. Oh my. Anyway, we'll get to that.
So,
Anyway, go on.
Ricky Stenhouse.
I mean Ricky. Sorry.
Okay. So same
Mhm.
thing. You just said it the Spanish way. It's okay.
Oh, Recky.
Yeah.
WRECK.
Yeah.
Why? Because he wrecks people.
Exactly. Like I
Oh.
get you want to make a move and block Joey Logano. I get it. Joey Logano had an open lane. Fully respect that the move the man was trying to make. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna check down and try and throw a block like you
God, he
did
blocked
at the
so
last minute, you deserve what came to you.
Blocked from the middle of 1 and 2 to the middle of the backstretch.
This man was in line where honestly Joey might not have passed him with the line he was in.
It wasn't,
but for whatever reason, he went iRacing status and said, "Yep, I'm gonna pull a video game move," and it worked out just like when I tried playing NASCAR with a steering wheel. I ended up in the wall.
I really want to hear like the comms for that because I guarantee Ricky said, "Fuck it, we ball," and put the wheel, turn the wheel left,
So the
and
funny
hope
thing
and
is,
pray.
Logano afterwards, I was expecting Joey Logano to be like pissed.
Yeah.
Because Joey Logano had a car that might have won the 500.
It could have.
I mean, just saying. Joey was actually pretty calm about it.
You know who was not calm? Kyle Busch.
Well, I mean, he got collected in that, and he was just running the bottom line. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm cool. I'm in third, and I'm in the inside wall."
Yeah.
Because I remember watching it at work, and I'm like, "Damn it, Ricky, what are you doing? Like, why do you do that?" Yeah, collected Joey, and then it was like the third or fourth replay. I remember seeing it. They show the head on from the cars coming down the backstretch, and all of a sudden I see there goes the 8, and I go, "Oh no!" Like, oh, it hit the wall, did he? And then they show it, and I go, "No!" God damn it, Kyle!
It's oh my god.
Just
honestly, the bigger news than Ricky Stenhouse, in my opinion, is Briscoe.
No, not my boy. I was so you understand the range of emotion. Okay. First off, the 500 averaged 6.7 million people, up 13% from last year. We're just gonna get that out of the way. Go NASCAR. Awesome. It peaked during 2 to 2:15 because of President Trump. Say what you want about that.
Yep. Everyone
Again,
has their opinions.
as I told my wife, and I was waiting for people online to call out NASCAR for being political, and Fox because of how much they showed him. But it's a news story, people.
Yeah,
gotta do it.
I mean,
gotta do it. Anyway, we're moving on.
Yes,
we're not gonna get into that.
1000%.
Briscoe. For those that don't know, I'm a huge Chase Briscoe fan.
Who are you now?
I am. Ever since the Xfinity days. So,
you wanna? What happened?
What did old Chase do?
I don't know if it was Chase. He knew what was going on, or if it was James Small because he got a history of these things. I looked it up. He had two of these kind of penalties last year. So someone needs to talk to James Small. All right. If you're watching the stream, you can see my reactions. If you're going to listen to this later on the pod, I'm shaking. I'll start with my weekend. Friday. Watching. No, when was qualifying? Wednesday?
Yeah. Because I had sent you a hauler that was heading down south.
Yes.
And you were like, you might want to hurry.
Got some qualifying to do.
Wait, no, wasn't it Thursday? Because we were live.
Thursday. No, Thursdays was the duel.
The duel.
Wednesday was qualifying. So Wednesday, watching it at work. New season, new team. I'm like, okay, he's in the top 10. He has a chance to start top 10. That's cool. Then I saw the car. Got really pumped because I'm like, man, that car is fast.
Wonder why.
Well, now we know why. And then watching the 500, yeah, kind of middle of the road, whatever, like that. All of a sudden, near the end, he's back up at the top 10. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Couple wrecks happen. Oh, he's top 5. This is great. Oh, he finishes 4th because thanks, Cole Custer. Get into that later too. And then it comes out last night.
Analyze.
I mean, there's penalties. And then there's
U.S. scored
2-1.
U.S. scored.
Pipe. Anyway, back to Chase Briscoe.
Yes.
There's penalties, and then there's penalties. And that 19, they got some penalties. 100 points.
Yeah.
10 playoff points.
Mm.
James Small, see you in fucking, I don't know.
4 races.
Yeah, 4 race. What's the 6th race of the season? Anybody? Should have looked it up. My bad.
Yeah,
I looked at it the other day because I was wondering.
Look at it.
Let's see.
Oh, and Joe Gibbs Racing, $100,000. I wonder whose paycheck that comes out of. What?
You said the 6th?
The 6th race of the season.
Martinsville, the Cookout 400.
You know what? I was gonna say see you in Martinsville, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
I would have been right. Damn me.
Because then they're going to Darlington after that.
In my freaking ear. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right, anyway.
Goodyear 400 after, and then Bristol after that.
I love the closeness that they're going to be from the 30th to. We'll even say the April 13th. We got to run Martinsville, Darlington, and then Bristol.
Yep.
Not the dirt though, because people suck. That was such a fun race. Anyway, what it just. I want to say Briscoe didn't know.
Wow, that's actually good. After Bristol goes to Talladega too.
Dude, I can't wait to see Cletus at Talladega.
I can't either. That's gonna be good.
That was a great interview. Can we talk about that?
Dude,
that was fantastic.
So he is walking, talking Ricky Bobby. At one point, I was waiting for him to be like, I don't know what to do with my hands, but like. That was he was wearing a cutoff, right?
Yeah, he had his suit on, but his sleeves were pulled off. His sleeves were torn off.
That was the best interview I've ever seen for NASCAR in a long time.
That was fantastic.
Oh yeah, that interview went viral everywhere. X, Instagram. Every time I opened the app, I saw a different page posting it. Dude.
We had a little like haha Ricky Bobby clip that was posted on TikTok. This thing was doing numbers. It was like it was so dumb. 119,000 views, over a couple thousand likes, and people were like, "This guy needs to be in NASCAR." This was the first thing I thought when I was watching the interview, and they're like, "NASCAR needs this." I'm like, yes, but then you have you have the NASCAR fans who are like, we don't need this YouTuber in our sport. First off, yes, you do, because numbers sucked. You bring Cletus in here, numbers are not gonna suck.
No, they will not.
Which also him being under what's the word with NASCAR? Probation because of his helmet cam that wasn't even turned on.
He had a helmet cam?
So when he was doing his test laps, his helmet that he wears for drag racing, he could wear in NASCAR.
Okay.
In his helmet, it's got a built-in camera. It's a very slim camera that he wears for YouTube stuff. It was not turned on, but because NASCAR has such strict rules about in-car cameras, you're not allowed to have them because unfair advantage. Whatever.
Ow.
That's their
I need to
words.
know how this. I need to know how this is unfair.
I guess someone else's dash is going to make him perform a little better than someone else's configuration of a dash. Don't know.
Yeah,
but
get it.
Does it real quick? Doesn't NASCAR have individual in-helmet cams of certain drivers?
Yep.
Yeah.
In my thought process and feeling about this, so my feelings on this is, I feel like that is NASCAR's way of trying to keep them with the footage and not allowing him to put out his own footage.
Real quick, and this is why I like Hocevar. Carson Hocevar, the 77 Aspire Motorsports. Shout out.
Hey, Aspire's right down the road from us.
Yeah. Didn't Hocevar, if I remember correctly, live stream a race from inside his car on Twitch last year?
Maybe.
I don't remember actually. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I remember reading that somewhere where he's like, I'm going to go live on. It might have been North Wilkesboro. It might have been the All Star race.
It probably was.
That's actually awesome.
I saw that. And I go,
So-
he is my second favorite driver next year.
Like, I understand it might take away from viewership for like Fox or whoever's showing the race, but in this day and age, let the drivers
Just
live stream it.
real quick. You know what
Yeah.
NASCAR's letting HBO Max do?
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
They have for the 30. What do they run now? 38 cars. Not 40
yeah.
anymore. Stupid, but anyway, I think it's 38, 36 or 38. Just go to the Daytona 500 finishing order; it'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's 41 for the Daytona 500.
Oh, you bastards! I know it's not 41 in real life. It's like 36 or 38. It's stupid. It used to be 40, great number, and then 38. Anyway, every race this year, whoever's in the race on HBO Max, you can do a live stream of in-car camera for whatever driver you want, and you get team radio.
Wow.
And you're not
That's crazy.
letting
Wow.
Ricky Bobby live stream off his helmet.
That's actually crazy.
That's wicked. Now,
Also,
so
full disclosure, I did watch it with the Clash, and I did watch it briefly during the 500. It's a little delayed. It's about a half lap behind.
Okay.
It is awesome.
Say
You can do a multi-view if you want. Too chaotic for me. I'm a simple person. I can't do a lot.
Yeah.
The in-car camera thing with team radio, amazing.
It sounds
But again,
it brings a new
drivers
aspect
can't do their own
to
helmet cams.
it. It brings a
Bastard.
new aspect to it, in my opinion.
Oh, it does.
100%.
I'm all in.
Because, like, I know I was watching Cletus's video, and he was talking about how he's working with NASCAR to, like, I would love to put some of the footage on my YouTube videos. What can we do? What did NASCAR do? They put their cameras in the car and gave him some footage to use.
Of course.
I mean, I get that's a way to work with him, but, like, come on now.
Let him live stream off of his helmet.
Yeah.
Yes.
It would be
Yes.
so...
The
numbers that would do.
The man gets 1 million views on a YouTube video alone. Imagine what he can do with a live stream where you can hear his camera, hear his commentation.
Yes.
Oh, it's minimum 100,000 views. Minimum.
Whipping it 205 in the turn one.
Well, it's also like he said when he was just on Dale Jr.'s Dirty Mo podcast, which, crazy enough,
Junior.
fun fact, Junior Motorsports from our house,
5 minutes.
not even that, try 3.
Actually, yeah, it's actually way
I
closer.
kind of wish that I had.
Well, I mean, not to sound creepy or to give it away, but from Junior's actual house, it's probably like 12 minutes,
All right.
10 minutes. So,
yeah.
Why do you know where Junior? Never mind. I'm not going
Okay, so we don't know exactly where he lives.
I don't know exactly. I just know, a roundabout.
You know
where
the main road where he lives off of, because Senior's facility, like museum and everything, is on Highway 3. Highway 3 is named after Dale Sr. You see the gate that goes to the compound that Senior used to live on.
Oh.
Off of Highway 3. And Junior lives down that road, but you don't know exactly where.
Yeah.
But
That's cool,
he's
though.
down Highway 3, and from where we are to there is about like 12 minutes.
Nice.
But
And actually, I do know where the man who eats corn the long way actually lives. I do know where his house physically is. I'm not going to say it, but I have seen it. I am jealous. Denny Hamlin, if you're listening, invite me to play in your pickup basketball games on your indoor court. I know you have it. Let me in. Thank you.
now
He was 2 turns away from making me money on Sunday.
okay, get this. Sunday morning, I am
Thanks,
sitting
Will
there,
Custer.
and I said, "Hey, Brennan, who are you gonna bet on for the 500?" And Brennan's like, "I don't know." He's naming some people,
My
and then
bet was going to be Ross
and then
Chastain, but I ended up not doing it.
and then our father was chiming in. At this point, I have FanDuel pulled up. I am clicked on William Byron.
Oh, you changed it, didn't you?
I
He did
closed
place
the
it.
app and I never placed it.
No.
And it's honest. I kept asking. He said, "I think Byron's look good. I think Byron can do it. I think Byron can do it."
I was like, that paint scheme's gonna take him. And then I was like, I put it. It was like plus like 2,200. I closed the app and I never opened the app again. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, on the topic, there is a question in chat. Top 3 NASCAR drivers all time.
Ooh.
Go.
Ooh.
All time?
Oh boy.
Mm.
Well, we just talked about it. Senior got to be up there.
I would say definitely got to put senior in there.
Senior for me is always gonna be number one.
Agreed.
Petty?
Well, yeah. I mean, the
I would
king.
say you gotta have Petty.
Now,
Who
maybe
squeaks in at 3 though? That's the thing.
for me, possibly controversial. Tony Stewart.
Yeah. I'm thinking like I want to go.
The man
I
was a
want to
dog.
go. I want to go recent, but I also don't want to discount like Bobby Allison.
Yeah, like Junior was my driver growing up. I loved watching Junior, but
Junior.
he for me,
he's not top 3.
Yeah, no.
No, he's not top. I mean,
because for me, it's between Bobby Allison and Jimmy Johnson.
Ooh, Jimmy.
I mean, you can't discount what Jimmy Johnson did.
Jimmy J with the Carvana car this past weekend.
First, well, I'm not even talking about that 3rd place finish. GG's Jimmy. Guess he can race Denny. Anyway, what? I mean, what was it? 7 championships in a row? 6?
I want to say 6.
Either way, they changed the playoffs because of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
What sport have you ever heard of changing? And yes, before you say it, NASCAR is a sport. At me. What sport?
Motorsport.
Have you ever heard in the history of sport changing their format because of one person?
You don't.
Yeah, you really don't. I gotta be honest.
You don't.
Jimmy Johnson, and for all the Jimmy Johnson fans that are like now Kyle Larson fans and wherever you went, who are complaining about the playoffs and how they work, Jimmy Johnson did that.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson is the way the playoffs work.
Yeah.
Now, I will disagree with NASCAR saying that the regular season champ gets an automatic spot in the championship. No.
Dumb.
I'm sorry.
Dumb.
You don't do that.
Idiotic.
They have to fight their way in. And if they miss out,
1,000%.
Oh well, that's what the playoffs are. And I think oh god, I was fighting with someone the other about this. It was a NASCAR fight. I rarely get into those and I like it. But it was just like, oh, it's so stupid that the regular season points person didn't get into the championship. What's the point? Oh, it's Kyle Larson fan. It was a Kyle Larson fan.
Shocker.
Shocking, right? Well, what kind of person does blah blah blah? It's like, okay. MLB.
Yeah.
NBA. NHL. Just because you win the regular season don't mean jack shit when it comes to the playoffs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at that one team. What's their name? They got asked to belt by the Eagles.
The Chefs?
The Kansas City Chiefs?
Chiefs. Oh, Chiefs. I thought it was the Kansas City Chefs. The commercial lied to me.
Yep.
Oh, you're right. It was the Chefs.
You kind of go all season getting helped by the refs, the voodoo doo magic by Kelsey's girlfriend, and everything else under the sun. And when it came time to play, it reminded me of like when your grandparents said go outside and get the Switch, and that's what it looked like for 4 quarters. But
I digress.
Yeah.
I digress. Yeah, I'll say my top 3. Going back to the question, Senior, Petty, I'll say Jimmy because they changed the fucking playoff
Jim,
because of
I
him.
mean, that's a very good take, in my
I
opinion.
think that's
Honestly, I think I agree with Jeff here on this one.
Yeah,
To be honest,
That's a solid take.
leave that person. Yeah, you can't leave that person off. You can't.
A solid take. 1000%.
Speaking of, can
Thanks.
circle back to it because I asked this as well. Top 3 baseball players of all time, since
Oh,
we
fuck.
talked baseball earlier. Now this can get very much so controversial.
Jesus.
God,
I
don't
need
know. We
I need a
have
week
time
to prepare for this one.
Yeah, can we circle back to that next week because there's so many stats we got to look up and I can't rip off.
I'll say it kind of. Yes. How do you want to base it off? Do you want to base it on
Canada
stats? You want to base it off
tied
of
it up.
2-2?
Yeah, it's 2-2.
It is 2-2. Yes.
This is gonna be a dog fight, and I'm here for it.
Well, funny enough, I should have said this before it started, but I have the proof. I was texting my Canadian buddy earlier, and we were giving each other very nice, air quote, nice messages back and forth. And he predicts 3-4 to the Gooses, and I predict 4-3 to the old US of A.
I don't
Overtime?
think Canada. Hey,
both of us
hear
said
me
overtime.
out.
So
Canada's not scoring any more tonight. That is it.
Oh, God.
They're gonna get stick to ass.
We're only in the second period, aren't we?
Yep.
yes,
6
6
minutes.
minutes left as well.
I know what I'm doing after this. The third period is the only one that counts. Anyway, fight me at that too.
That was close. Oh my god. No, completely agree.
Straight.
I'll say we could definitely come back to the top 3 list, but I do have.
I do think
I thought of this.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mount Rushmore, because we touched on it. We always touch on it. Mount Rushmore WWE. Go.
Ooh. God, you got to remember.
And honestly,
Mount Rushmore has what, five faces? Four faces?
God. So your 4 faces you would put on.
I'm putting Stone Cold up there.
Yeah.
Okay, it's respectable.
The problem. Hogan?
Controversial, but I can understand
Controversial one,
I
but
can understand it.
Maybe
take the out of ring bullshit out.
Maybe like a John Cena.
Maybe a Ric Flair.
God.
Maybe an Undertaker.
Undertaker's got to go up there.
Yeah.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
See, that's the problem.
Hear me out.
Go on.
Pat McAfee. Just throw him up there.
Let's go.
I agree. Put him in there at 4.
Can we circle back to that one too?
You need to circle back. I'm surprised. I thought you might have had one in your head.
Now,
I do.
How about
I
this?
do.
Oh, we have Kurt Angle, John Cena, Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan.
Okay, how about this?
Kurt Angle's a full
female WWE Mount Rushmore.
No, I'm still on the male side. Hold on.
I could probably, for females, I would. Fuck, that's actually
China.
Mae Young,
Trish
China,
Stratus.
Trish.
Thank you, Trish.
And
Becky?
Michelle McCool.
Oh, Michelle going in the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah.
Lita?
Which deserved. Solid.
Speaking of Lita.
Well, Mickey James, speaking of.
You know who's going to NXT next week for the tag team match?
The Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys, baby.
My all-time favorite tag team and all-time favorite single individual wrestler.
Again. They're old as fuck, but woo!
Picture right back here with Jeff Hardy and TNA back there. Shout out for the boys.
Okay. Women's Trish, yes. Michelle McCool, yes. I'd put Becky Lynch up there.
I kind of like that.
And the 4th.
Surprised no one said like a Charlotte Flair.
I put China on mine.
Yeah, I mean I can agree with China.
Charlotte is dominant though.
I mean Charlotte has been very dominant.
Who did I say?
You said Michelle, Trish,
Hall of Famer,
China, and
Becky.
Becky, yes.
So that's my 4.
That would be your 4 for female, yes.
I'm fine with it.
I would agree with that.
I'm fine with it.
Honorable mention, Lita.
I'll give
Mickey as well.
I'll give Charlotte honorable mention.
Yes, agreed.
Male.
Honestly, for my male, I
Go
think
on.
I would go Undertaker,
Yes.
Okay.
John Cena,
Yes.
Yep.
Stone
16 time.
Cold.
Yes.
Yep.
This one could be controversial, but by the time his career is over, Randy Orton.
Ooh, that's a good one. God, Brian is beside himself right now.
Yep. Always a big Randy Orton fan.
I can throw. I mean, he's got the nickname the Legend Killer. Let's be honest here. Look at the matches he's had. Honestly, if Edge was still in the WWE, I would have easily thrown Edge in there. But because he swapped over to AEW, he can't. He's like number 7. Still love him though. Still love Adam Copeland. Fucking dog.
Do you respect the Australians for singing his song?
Oh, dude, that was beautiful. Sent that to Jordan earlier today.
Can we just all agree? I'm still gonna give you my Mount Rushmore, but can we all agree? Doesn't matter AEW, WWE, TNA, any of that stuff. More PLEs in Europe.
Yes.
Because
Agreed.
listen, I love that they're stateside and I can see them sometimes.
Yeah.
I love the time zones. I'll wake my ass up early if that's the crowd I'm getting.
Oh, 100%.
Because I can only take so much more. What? Do better.
Do better. Yeah, honestly.
Just stop it. Stop with what? I mean, hell, it took France. It took France singing Randy Orton's song, walkout song, to finally get people in America to start singing it. Where they're like, "Oh, this is actually pretty cool. We could do that," and then they started doing it.
Yeah, and then Australia just completely shit on them again.
In France for Backlash was shaking.
Yeah.
For AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. In some sports realms, regardless, I feel like the Europeans sometimes beat out Americans.
Like, don't get me wrong. They're going to sit there and argue that, like, oh, European football is the most viewership. Suck me. They don't. College football, literally, stadiums can hold 100,000. So, fight me. So, NCAA, for when it comes to playoffs, is the dominant. Let's just be real.
I'm going video games real quick.
Yes.
Call of Duty did their first major in Madrid, Spain this year. They had chants. They had a band. More video game tournaments in Europe. You know what? I might just move to Europe for this stuff. Because, my God.
Listen, on the video game thing, Apex, ALGs were just in Tokyo or Japan, not Tokyo. Dude, they had a live band playing. If you know Attack on Titan for anime, they had the legit band playing the theme song, and they wrote a song for the ALGs.
This is what we're doing wrong in America, people.
Like 100%. Don't get us wrong. We're not sitting here saying Americans aren't passionate about our sports, because we are. That's not what we're saying. I mean, but America, we need to be better. Exactly. We need to be better with our chants, with our crowd volume, with just our overall.
Here's what we
the chants, the songs that the EPL crowds come up with. Beautiful.
Here's what we need to do.
All of them on TikTok.
Let's do this. First off, lower ticket pricing.
Yes.
That's what we need to do, because the Americans that are able to afford these ticket prices aren't the ones that are going in there and are going to be what we're looking to see with our experience.
Correct.
Lower ticket pricing for one. Make a couple of the more predominant games, and this is mainly geared towards NCAA. College football. Let's make some of the more predominant games not at
12 o'clock.
Yes, please. Let's make them more of the afternoon.
Like, what was it? Ohio State plays 3 games at 12 o'clock and like back to back weeks. Yes. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
And then we would get an 8 o'clock, like Florida versus someone. Like, I'm sorry, no one cares.
No. I mean, I think the NCAA also gets screwed when they put these matchups up and then the teams suck.
Yeah.
Like here's one, and listen, Notre Dame, whatever, I don't care. Notre Dame, Florida State, that was on the schedule. That was a primetime game. That, before the season, looked like, oh my God, that's a hell of a matchup in South Bend.
Yep.
And then Florida State forgot the football.
Florida State, I think somewhere in between the time zone change when we played overseas against Georgia Tech, I think somewhere
They got left in Ireland.
The Martians that were in Space Jam came and like they all touched a football and lost all ability to freaking play.
So when they lost to Georgia Tech, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, Georgia Tech must be better than we thought, which Georgia Tech still was a good football team this year.
They were better than last year for sure.
And then
dump truck by Notre Dame, go Irish.
And then week 2 came, and I'm like, oh God, this is gonna be a long
Florida
year.
State might actually be bad.
And then it's just constant.
52-3 against the Irish, I think it was. It was not pretty. Not pretty at all.
As Brian would say, we call that ass to belt.
Yes, multiple times this year.
We got ass to belt bad.
Multiple.
Bad.
Anyway, we got me diverting WWE. Hogan, Ric Flair, Cena, Stone Cold.
I like it.
Honorable mention The Rock.
Can respect
when his career is over, though, I think Roman goes on there and replaces Hogan.
I like that. I like that. Hollywood. Jesus, Brian, what are we going? Keep doing it.
Honestly, I kind of agree with Jeff's.
Cool.
Yeah. Well,
and I took years off of watching wrestling, everyone. I still got it. People are saying it's getting boring now. I don't see that.
No, it's quite the opposite for me.
Would you see or hear Michael Cole's interview on Impulsive?
I saw clips. I haven't seen the whole thing.
Where he said, and I agree with this, and people are not going to like this, it's not so much calling wrestling anymore as it is storytelling. And I go, yeah.
Yeah.
The storylines in the women's division are getting a little stale. Got to spice it up. Come on, people.
Yeah. All right, Liv. Let's give Liv something else here, guys.
She's go.
Push her somewhere else.
We did not talk about this because it happened after our last podcast. Charlotte calling out Tiffany almost guarantees a Liv Morgan Elimination Chamber win.
I never thought of it like that, and you are probably correct.
I mean,
damn.
Unless they, for some reason, and I don't see them doing this, they pivot and give Io the belt on Monday, but I don't see that happening.
I don't either.
Oh wait, no, is she? No, it's the Monday after Chamber.
You guys can keep talking. I have to use the bathroom real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Be right back.
Yeah, I don't see them giving Io the belt. And there's no real storyline for anybody else.
Damn, you just ruined my night, Jeff, because now that I'm thinking about it, you're 100% right.
The first thing I thought about when Charlotte does her whole little in-ring, Tiffy, wake up. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, just get to it. I'll see you at WrestleMania. I'm like, fuck. Well, there's Liv. Heart 8,250 against Rhea. They got to do something with that. They got to get off that.
They have to. This has to be the final straw.
Well,
it was too far gone now at this point. Too far gone.
Well, people also think that it should be Alexa Bliss against Liv at WrestleMania, which, based off their past,
make it a triple threat. Just really spice things up here.
Maybe
the whole darkness of Alexa Bliss. You got Rhea.
So
then you got Liv. That could be something.
Who gets the belt?
Honestly, give it to Alexa.
Ooh.
Shock the world. And
take it off of Rhea. Shock the world like Jey Uso winning the Rumble. Yeet.
And then I hate to say it, but please don't put the title on Jey. Please.
You don't want the title on Jey.
It depends who his next feud would be with. That is my biggest thing, is who would...
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's like, if it's his brother, it'll be another super kick party, which no one wants.
I don't think
Like
they're
that,
gonna do
you
that.
gotta have to put him with someone that will push his limits, and I just don't know who that is. Horrible wrestling, good showman.
We weren't planning on wrestling. We were not planning on wrestling tonight, but then we went down that rabbit hole because yeah,
super kick, super kick party.
I mean, the storyline in the men's chamber. Good luck.
What happens with the chamber?
You have Rollins, McIntyre, and Punk all in the same cage.
And you have Cena trying to punch his ticket to the show, so you have two different storylines in themselves.
I would hate it, but I could see Cena winning it.
See, that's where I'm thinking, because what other opportunity would he have where he goes to WrestleMania if he doesn't win the chamber? Besides Triple H just giving him a match because it's John Cena.
I don't like when they do that, though.
I don't either. Exactly. So Roman is costing Rollins for sure.
I think that's true.
I think so as well.
I think that's true. The cage is going to be open because someone gets eliminated, and Roman's going to. I mean, because there's no DQs.
No, there's not. Anything goes in the chamber.
I think Roman cost Punk and Rollins.
Ooh, you can't gift him again. They already gifted him into the chamber. Yeah, I mean, yes, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I could see him doing it because they want Cena to have a good farewell tour. I mean,
well then put it this: who does Cena face at Mania? He wins the chamber.
It's Cody, because Jay already called out Gunther.
Oh, you're right. Unless
they take the belt off Cody, but
that's what I'm saying. Who would they take? Here's what really needs to happen: a triple threat with Randy, Cena, and Cody.
Someone's pitched that.
That's what I need to see.
But how would they get Randy in that match?
That's the thing, is I don't know.
The Rumble's gone, the Chamber's gone, and Randy's out of here.
So I'm like, somehow, some way, it needs to happen. I know it won't, but it just needs to.
Honestly,
Randy's been out for months. That's the thing. Hey, it's like the surprise when the Hardys came back for the triple threat ladder match. We turned into a 4-way. Oh, guess what? Whose music hits? Boom! Randy's music hits at fucking Mania. Triple threat match for the title.
But they have to work it in somehow. I don't know how they work it in.
You do a storyline with Cody and Randy.
Yes.
Because the whole mentor thing, you kind of do it how it'll be.
Which, I mean, they were doing that before Randy got hurt.
That's what. So if you bring it back, and then tie everything in, and then somehow, some way, do it where like a screw job or something happens, and then it's like Randy screws over Cody, so on and so forth. Whatever happens, where there's a story behind it, where they need to make this match happen. Because that would be electric.
Randy win the belt?
I would say yeah.
Okay.
As much as I would want to say give it to John so he can bring it back good, no, give it to Randy. That crowd would go bananas.
Yeah, but if he pins Cena.
Hey, he's the legend killer. What better way than
Cody
to pin the legend at Mania to win the title? Here's how you set it up. Cody hits Cena with multiple finishes. Randy hits Cody with his finish, throws him out of the ring, pins Cena,
and wins the
match. Because then it makes Cody look like a solid champion.
Yeah, Cody didn't get pinned to lose his belt.
Exactly. Then you have Randy creating that story, because then you can circle back with Cody and Randy again if you wanted to.
Cody's storyline's gotten so old too.
It's so old. That's why I'm just trying to think of different ways to give Cody. I love Cody. He is a great wrestler, but he just needs something better.
Here's the thing about Cody. I was all for Cody and then his fans pissed me right the fuck off. I'm sorry, they did. They absolutely did.
That's very understandable.
The hashtags that we want Cody and blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. Like, and then they're saying, "Oh, we're the ones that got it changed. Cody got his shot at Roman because of us." I mean, indirectly, yeah. If you watch the behind the scenes special for WrestleMania, Triple H and all them said, "Yeah, we kind of know it." Like even the Rock's, like, "Yeah, we heard the upswelling, so kind of got to give the fans what they want."
Yeah.
So to hear if you're a WWE fan and you don't think they listen to you, Cody. So what started that whole thing was Cody pointing at Roman after winning the Rumble.
Yeah.
Triple H straight up told Cody, "You're not going to face Roman because we have him versus The Rock at WrestleMania." And Cody said, "Fuck you," and pointed at Roman. And then that's when he's. So to me, kind of got me upset at Cody.
I can understand it. I can see that. I can see why.
Play the company part, bro. Like you're never gonna get a shot. Well, we don't. I shouldn't say that. You don't know. The storyline was there for Roman versus The Rock.
Oh,
Cody,
I agree.
Cody Rhodes hijacked it.
Oh, I agree.
He wanted to be about himself.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to sit here and say he threw a hissy fit, but essentially threw a little baby hissy fit.
Kind of threw a hissy fit when he stuck a big middle finger to Triple H and them and pointed at Roman after winning the Rumble.
Yeah, because I mean, like, so Roman and Rock would have been a great match.
Numbers. They had
stupid numbers.
Pivot from The Rock going to take over Roman's thing because the island was in such disarray to, let's team together. What?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, we're enemies. Now you're my friend. It's like, okay, buddy, you just set all this up to hate each other. Now we're fucking friendly within a week. Fuck off. I mean, yeah, and his title reign. I mean, look at the two reigns, Roman versus Cody.
God,
it's night and day difference.
They're they don't fight. None of them fight. The only difference the only difference is Cody's there more than Roman was.
I was gonna say that is the difference. Cody shows up more and makes the appearances where Roman didn't.
Only time Cody fights is if he's in a tag match. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, when you say it out loud, it actually makes
the only time he fights is when he's in a tag match.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well.
God damn it!
Again, you just threw another fact at me that just made me mad. When they did Cody and Roman teaming, I wanted to throw up.
That was another thing. Although that has set us up for what is possibly the greatest run of a heel storyline as ever. Kevin Owens. Man is on scorched earth, and I'm here for it.
Yes, KO deserves a massive push after Mania. Before Mania, he needs a push. He
needs to get the
on
push
fire.
He needs to, if you're all for the storyline and stuff like that, he needs to beat Sammy at Elimination Chamber. You don't have this huge storyline of KO being an ass and then have him lose to Sammy.
That's yeah.
Like,
agreed.
I just my thought process here.
I mean, I can very much agree with you on that statement. Yeah, dude.
Cody was, oh my god,
that was insane.
I thought he was dead.
That final spot was.
And then he shows up 2 days later and pile drives Sammy and he limps off. He's alive.
It was a crazy finish. Did Brian die? Honestly,
yeah, I don't know. He might have fallen in.
That or there's something with the kid. Maybe I'm not sure. But
anyway, we're riffing with the WWE.
I would say we're just bouncing off the WWE. All right, actually, Spank Train, I got a question for you.
Ooh,
you want KO to have the title.
Mm-hmm.
What do you set up, or who does he take the title from?
I'll let him answer.
And Brian is coming back. He should open that door in about 3, 2, 1. I lied. He walked past that. Because now that we're talking, who does he take the title off of? Because I just set up the whole John Cena, Randy, and then you have Jay and everything. But it wouldn't make sense for him to go if Jay wins the title.
I know.
So how do we set that up?
I have my answer. I'll wait for Spank though.
I want to see what the old Spank train does or says.
I wonder if he's thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Oh. Ah. He voided the question. Boo.
The fucking third's not even starting. I'm watching the game. Fuck off. Answer the question.
Who would you have it though?
See, what was the question? Oh my!
You said KO deserves the title. Who do you want him to take the title from?
Yeah, I'll say. You say you want KO. Who does KO take the title from? So who you want KO to have the title? Who does KOA take it, and who does Cody all day? Okay, but we just set it up for Mania for a Cena, Cody, Orton.
The feud has actually been good. I agree with Spank. That's who I would say.
I mean, yeah, but after Mania, does Cody still have the title? Because, like, realistically, it will probably be Cena versus Cody.
It has
so
to be Cody.
I agree, it does have to be Cody. Because, like I said, if you try and do a Jey Uso storyline, that would make zero sense, and it would just fall flat on its face.
Not necessarily make zero sense.
Okay, I shouldn't say zero sense, but it definitely wouldn't hit.
No, Cody hits harder. The KO-Jey thing could stem from what Jey did to KO during the Bloodline days.
I was saying maybe if you wrap back to the Bloodline, yeah.
No, kind of.
KO's been feuding Bloodline for a while. Yes, very true.
Cody makes more sense. The storyline's really good. I mean, Cody is the one that set off KO, if you will, with teaming with teaming with Roman. Randy goes to side with Cody. KO gets pissed at Randy.
Triple H has really been confusing me though. How so? Which part of his bookings / shows have you been confused by?
3, 2, 1.
Nope, he had gone downstairs and come back up. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's hear it.
Be interested to see this because a lot of people have been saying Triple H has been slacking on the bookings.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of people on the interwebs. Jey Uso winning the Rumble threw it all in a blender.
I would agree with Spank. If that was the plan, they never should have had Jey and Gunther at Saturday Night Main Event for the title.
Agreed. Now, my question to counter that is, who would you have rather seen won the Rumble, Spank? Because I don't think you're going to say Cena. You might, but I don't think you will. You're probably going to say KO.
It wasn't even in the Rumble, though.
It's actually true, because he fought Cody, so you're right. Could have really went different routes in the shocking Rumble win has put Triple H in a corner. Yes, he has definitely put Baby in a corner.
He just needs to get out. The thing is now...
You guys are going to hate me. No, let's hear it. I'm ready for the hot take.
Cena? Which, again, whatever, it's fine.
I mean,
the roads all lead to Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean...
However...
Everything they've been lining up has been that.
If Spank said Cena, it is what it is, but I have another thing that I could say. CM Punk, anyone?
God, no. Please, no. No. I love CM Punk, but he's a little geriatric at this point.
I remember when he first came back and all he did was just cut promo after promo. I'm like, can we fucking fight?
No, he was injured too much. He couldn't fight.
Oh, thanks, Drew.
Oh, there you go. Sam Punk. You give him the title shot with whoever, and they can then put Cena later in the year against Punk to strike the old rivalry.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
I just say I'm
I
okay
see it. I can like, yeah, I can
just
see.
say I'm okay with it because I missed that whole go around the first time around.
I mean, yeah, I was when I was on the tail end of the whole watching WWE. So, I mean, yeah, I agree. It would be nice to circle back
Yeah.
and the rivalries there, so I could see it. But I just, man, having Punk win the Rumble would have just been a punch in the gut, man. In my opinion, I just don't know who besides.
Punk wins it next year.
Okay, so do you have a storyline in mind you have with Punk for winning the Rumble? Is there a specific superstar you would like to see this feud be with?
I mean, he's already handled Drew and Seth,
Mhm.
although him and Seth really hate each other. Unless this is a very long game here. They give Roman back the belt, and he cashes in that favor that Heyman promised him.
Interesting. Here's the real question, though, because of a lot of the rumors about this year. Do we see Lesnar coming back next year?
Who did I have this conversation with the other
Where you
day?
had the shocking entry of the Rock Lee twin acting as yeah, that's definitely. Please give me Brock.
The thing with Brock, who was I? Oh God, I was talking with someone about this the other day. The thing with Brock is he was tied in to the McMahon sexual assault case.
Yes.
If I'm WWE, I'm not touching him or anyone around that with a 10-foot pole. Because you have a really good thing going on right now. Your audience is growing. Like, that would be a huge slap in the face to a lot of people if you're just like, sure, come back into the fold even though we know what you did. You might lose the locker room.
Yeah, there'd probably definitely be a lot of unhappy folks in the locker room. That's for sure.
I just
Obviously, the fans would definitely be mixed, but I would probably say more so happy he's back. But I can agree with what you say there.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
think that could be a locker room cancer in a way.
Also, I really want the Street Profits to hold gold.
Yeah, I think they need to hold the titles for a while. They need to have a good run. I'll say they need to have a good run.
Them as heels and just scorch earth everyone is my favorite right now.
It has been fun to watch. And well, let's real quick though on a pivot, still on WWE. WWE NXT Women's Division. Fan freaking tastic right now.
You want to talk about
Absolutely fantastic. More of that, please.
I mean, they had to call Roxanne up because what she was. I mean, one, she did her thing in NXT, but two, I mean, there was only so many directions she could go.
Yeah,
and she had wasted all of them with Julia and the thing with I don't need friends and the Cora Jade thing, and it's like, first off, congratulations to Roxanne Perez, GG's. That lock, my God, Jordan Grace now there.
I'll say Grace after making the Rumble debut, now making her NXT debut, which was dominant.
Day. That was good. I just oh God. That I'm very interested to see where that goes. The question I have, Julia and Stephanie, give them a year to run their titles and then call them up?
I think so.
Because, I mean, if you think about it, the women's division in the big leagues, both SmackDown and WWE, is kind of like,
Yeah, I would say they're still pumping out the same few
Storyline.
product
I mean,
storylines.
the
Yeah,
only one that's kind of captivating, if you will, is the Jade Cargill one. Because you're still like, oh, who attacked her? Like, where it's like all this came last week is like, I have a video to show you, and then you just see Raquel and Liv walking out of a parking lot, and they're like, it was Raquel and Liv. See, I'm very interested. I don't think it was them.
I would say honestly, I don't think so either.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jade came back, because apparently it's in the works to bring her back soon.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's.
What do we see with Jade though? Because obviously we have the title fight set up here. What do we see for Jade coming in the following year? Obviously, dominant athlete, gonna do great things in my opinion. But where do we see her trajectory from this point?
I think it's gonna be her and Bianca one-on-one at one point.
I would definitely like to see it.
I would be not surprised if somehow Bianca is found out to be the one that did something to Jade. The question is why?
I mean, yeah, that is the why, obviously, for the storyline. But
Yeah,
what exactly? What would it be, and why would it have kicked off this way?
Would it be Naomi because she wanted to weigh in, and Jade was in her way? So this is why Naomi got gold around her waist. Maybe.
It's hard to say.
I don't know. I don't see it being Raquel or Liv.
I don't either, because with the whole thing they have with Rhea going on, it's just
Jay versus Charlotte would be a good one.
That's where I've been thinking is I would love to see Jade versus Charlotte.
But then the question is, do you get it off the hot hand of Tiffany Stratton and give Charlotte the belt at Mania?
I would say no, and here's where I'm gonna throw you for a major loop. Next year's Money in the Bank.
Ooh.
Cargill wins.
Okay.
Cashes in, but we're gonna set it up with this. Holds on to the case. We're gonna throw this Edge style. We're gonna hold on to this briefcase for as long as we want. Okay.
Damian Priest.
Yeah, Damian Priest style as well. Okay. Charlotte will either probably. I don't think she'll go back to back Rumble, but maybe she will win the Elimination Chamber next year. Tiffy, I still think holds the title at this point.
But it's over at this point.
Yes, which is shocking, but I think you have to build up the next it for females, which Tiffy could be. Yeah. What is a 1v1 turns into a triple threat where halfway through, more so towards the end, but Cargill comes out, cashes in, pins Charlotte Flair.
Or Charlotte Flair is the one that attacked Jade Cargill?
I think it's a passing of the torch in a way, even though Charlotte, plenty of years left in the tank. But like I said, you have this next generation of just super athletes coming through. Eventually, you're going to have to build them up. So when some of these females that are in start, retiring or want to start having kids, whatever the case may be, you got to have the next thing to hold the audience. And some of these girls are it.
Yeah, that's why I think the call-ups from NXT are going to be interesting with Roxanne and Julia and Stephanie.
Yes.
Kind of
so they all have the potential, and I cannot wait to see what happens.
I'm very interested to see what Roxanne's first feud, if you will. I mean, she kind of already has it with Bayley.
I was going to say kind of the whole Bayley thing.
Yeah, but I mean, that's going to get taken care of. I forgot about that storyline in the women's chamber. Bayley's in that chamber.
Bayley is in that one, yes.
They got some good storylines now I'm thinking about. Liv, Alexa, Bayley, Roxanne, and then the storyline of what do the tag team champs do if they face off against one another.
Yeah. So that's what we're looking up for the women's chamber again to be set up better than the men's.
I just talked myself into this.
I was going to say, we were just sitting 5-10 minutes ago saying Liv was winning this thing. Now we're like, wait a second.
No.
Yeah. I'm just saying
the storylines aren't as bad as I thought.
Yeah, it's a little different perspective now.
Because if you set it up to where Naomi or Bailey turn on each other, quote unquote, the fraction could be Jade coming back saying one of those two is the one that attacked. You break that little thing. Because, I mean, recent memory, I mean, Bianca's only held a belt when it's tag. In recent memory.
Yeah, because her title reign in Raw was how long ago?
Before I came back to watch.
I would say, because that was when it was like the red and blue titles. So that was a while ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been all tag team work for her.
Yeah, because it was Jade. Because a lot of people thought it was going to be Jade versus Bianca, and then all of a sudden they teamed.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how that came about.
I don't remember either. I don't remember what the introduction to that team was.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's already 12 minutes left in the third.
2-2.
It is still 2-2.
Nice. Okay. Boxing?
I would say, yeah, actually boxing, because
What's wrong with boxing?
massive card this week. Bivol, Dimitri Bivol, and I'm going to butcher Beerbiv. I'm so sorry. I'm taking Bivol though in that fight. Big Anthony Bivol guy.
What's the
Or sorry, Dimitri Bivol guy. So I'm going Bivol that fight.
This weekend.
I think there's, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not too sure, but I think there's like 3 title fights this weekend. It is a massive card. Yeah, Saudi Arabia. It's in Saudi Arabia. Joseph Parker and Martin Book, yeah, interim world title. Shakur Stevens and Padley title. No, there's actually
12 rounds.
Every fight's a title fight.
Title fight. Arthur Beterbiev. Arthur. Oh, it's not even Arthur.
Yeah, it's Arthur.
Against Dimitri. Very Russian. Shakur against Josh. Carlos Adams.
I'm excited, for me personally. Shakur Stevenson and Bivol. I keep saying it. Give me Bivol. Give me Stevenson for the win.
Yeah. I like a good strong name named Dimitri. I'll go Dimitri. I'll see this.
That's very respectful. Damn it, I heard it, but I didn't count it down. Son of a bee sting. He's back.
Okay. He's alive, everyone.
He is alive. He is back. He did not fall into the bathroom or the
he might have.
He actually could have. You're right.
He might very well have.
He definitely probably could have fell in.
Oh hey.
Oh.
Hey,
Gavin's sick with the flu. So as I'm walking out the bathroom, he needed assistance. So
that's fair. You're good.
No worries.
We riffed some WWE for a good solid few minutes.
We did. Now we're probably figured to close out the pod here shortly, so we just touched on the boxing here for a little bit. And we just started on that, which is the massive Saudi Arabia card this weekend.
I'll go Dimitri.
Okay. I mean, Joseph Parker and Martin Bacoli, going to be a solid fight as well.
Just go.
The more I look at this card, the more this card is just blowing my mind. I didn't realize it was this strong. This is going to be a good fight, boys. A good fight weekend, I should say. If I'm going to make a parlay for this, give me Bivol.
Okay.
Give me Stevenson.
Okay.
Give me Parker. Give me Hamza.
Oh, Joseph Parker. There it is.
Give me Ortiz Jr.
Okay.
Give me Zhang.
Okay.
And give me Smith.
Okay.
That is my parlay for the weekend,
Joseph
I should
Parker
say.
Sounds like such a white name. I'm gonna go Martin, or is it Martine?
I think it's Martine.
Okay. Bivol, Martine, Stevenson.
That's gonna be a good fight.
Adames.
Joseph Parker.
Adames. Carlos. We'll just say Carlos.
I say Carlos. Yes.
Ortiz Jr. Callum. So I like the name. Shalia Zane. I don't know if I'm going to be right. We'll recap next week.
I'll say we'll recap next week on that. But not much to say there. But I mean, just great fights all around. You have, what is that, 6 title fights? All fights are going to be great fights to watch. You can't go wrong with the entire card. So if you're into boxing, I'd definitely tune in this weekend.
Early wake up call in the States. It's over in Saudi Arabia's.
Yeah, definitely an early rise.
It's okay. Recap it on the ESPN.
I'll say, yeah, we'll recap next week on the boxing.
Anyway.
Anyway, though, that Hollywood, I know you weren't here for a good little portion, which is obviously okay, but I would say that about wraps up the pod for this week. Yeah,
little pod for this week.
That was a solid one, boys.
Any predictions on Atlanta, real quick, for the Cup boys?
Give me early prediction. Give me Chastain. I'm going to stick with my guns.
Okay. Brian, any predictions for Atlanta?
Honestly, I like the Chastain. I don't see Byron doing it again.
Give me Chastain or Bowman. One of the two. Don't know why, but I'm feeling it. What about you, Jeff? Since Brian is truly in thought here on the Joel, he said Chastain actually could be.
Like, I kind of want to say Logano, but you know what? I'm going Logano.
Okay.
Back Brian up on this.
The man's dangerous.
He's very dangerous at Atlanta. Very dangerous at Atlanta.
I like it. Back.
I would say you can't rule out Kyle Larson, but he can't race on the super speedways. He can't race on the drafting tracks. He got caught up in it again on the 500. Yeah, man can't get a break.
I'll say there we go. That is predictions for next Sunday. So we'll recap on that too.
Quick.
Yeah, it's here.
Real quick, I'm gonna throw this out 20 years. There's potential we have a Kyle Larson in the Kyle Busch Dale Sr. situation where he just doesn't win. And he's like 20 years into his career, and then all of a sudden he wins the 500?
No. Kyle Larson, to me, is a short track guy through and through.
So he'll never win at the Super Speedway?
No, Super Speedway is like his kryptonite.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll end it on that note.
I'll say we will end on that. We will touch back on Atlanta next week, guys. That said, thank you everyone for tuning in.
Yes.
Hopefully you enjoyed the podcast. We will be live again next Thursday. Hopefully, or not hopefully, probably around 8 o'clock. If not, probably we'll obviously let you know. But other than that, hope to see you guys next week and have a good weekend.
Thank you. Stay safe. And remember, if you're going to bet this week, be smart about it.
Yes.
Be smart.
It is a crazy world out there.
Don't put your rent, don't put your car payment up. Just pay your bills first.
I shouldn't have done the mortgage.
Yeah.
DraftKings. All right, I gotta go. All right.
Take care.
Yeah.